The Lincoln Cent is the longest tenured coin series in the history of the United States Mint. It started off all the way back in 1909 with the release of the first ever wheat cent, and we still strike the Lincoln Cent to this very day. With the Lincoln Cent series stretching for over 115 years now, those earlier date coins have become very hard to find for collectors. Thanks to a lucky find while at a local coin show, we are bringing back one of our most popular wheat cent collections ever, the 5-decade roll collection. It is a 250 coin collection where you are going to receive one Lincoln wheat cent roll from each of the decades the coin was struck. That's 50 coins from the 1910s, 50 from the 20s, 50 from the 30s, 50 from the 40s, and 50 from that last decade of issue in the 1950s. This massive 250 coin collection is item number 9059304. It's 9059304. And while our limited supplies last tonight, we are just $49.95 for our 5 roll sets. At that price, we are less than $10 a roll and less than 20 cents per coin. And at that price, we are the true envy of our competition. Our 250 coin collections are more than $545 less than our nearest competition. And yes, you heard me correctly, over $545 less than our nearest competition. And that's because some of these older wheat cents have become very, very expensive today, in large part because they are very, very hard to find. For many of us, these wheat cents are when we first got into collecting, digging through our pocket change trying to find these or some of those older date silver dimes. Nowadays, you'd be hard pressed to find a single wheat cent if you spent the entire year going to every single store you could and asking for change. They are simply lost to time. They are a piece of U.S. Mint history, and tonight you can get one roll from each of the 5 decades they struck this coin. You can call in at 1-866-518-5933. Or if you don't want to use the phone tonight, that's totally fine. You could go onto our website. That's abccoins.com. Then you're going to see a little search bar on the right-hand side on the top of the page. You're going to put 905-9304. It's 905-9304. And grab a 250 coin collection of living, breathing pieces of United States Mint history. Just the roll from the 1910s by itself with our competition would cost you over $187 for just that one set. If you compare that single roll to our entire collection, you could buy 3 of these collections with us tonight at 750 total coins, 15 rolls of Lincoln wheat cents. So 3 rolls from the 10s, 3 from the 20s, 3 from the 40s and 50s, etc. You could buy 3 of our collections tonight and still save more than $27 versus just the one roll from the 1910s with our competition. And that's because the lowest price we found for a single one of these coins from any of the dates inside this collection. So in the entire wheat cent series, the lowest price we found for a single coin with our competition was at least $1.25 per coin. So that means a single random 50 coin roll with our competition would cost you at least $62.50 if you wanted to get those coins. Our entire collection is $12 less than that at just $49.95. The Lincoln Cent series started off all the way back in 1909 with the release of the Lincoln Wheat Cent. It's why many consider the Wheat Cent to be the original Lincoln Cent, and it is a coin denomination that is without a doubt the longest running in the history of the United States Mint. These wheat cents were struck from 1909 all the way until 1958, and then from 1959 until 2008 we had the Lincoln Memorial Reverse. Then in 09 we had those Centennial designs released for just 1 year, and then from 2010 until today we've been striking the Shield Cent with no end in sight coming anytime soon. So that means that these original wheat cents are only going to get more popular with collectors. When you're looking at the 1910s, they're at least $3.75 per coin, with many of those coins being upwards of $10 to $14 per coin. The coins from the 1920s, you're looking at least $3.15 per coin to as much as $7 per coin. The 1930s, at least $2.50 per coin, with many of them costing upwards of $5 a coin. And then the 40s and 50s, both are at least $1.25 per coin. So if you broke those down just by the decades, that's over $187 for the 1910s, $157 for the 1920s, $125 for the 1930s, and then $62.50 each for the 1940s and the 1950s. Our entire collection, 250 coins, with 50 each from each of those decades, with the dates and mints specifically being our choice, for just $49.95. At that price, we are less than $10 per roll and less than 20 cents per coin. It is one of the best values you are going to see tonight. And on top of all of that, these coins feature one of the most popular presidents in the history of the United States, Honest Abe Lincoln himself. He is truly a president unlike any other. Not only was he the great emancipator who helped lead our nation through the Civil War, he was also not the typical politician. In his heyday, one of the more famous stories was he was the only politician that if you asked him to wrestle, he would take you up on the offer, and he would absolutely work you. He was a massive man for his time and spent his entire childhood wrestling. So to put it plainly, he was a bit more rough and tumble than the average politician, even for the ones back in his heyday. He is the longest running coin series in the history of the United States Mint. All told, we have been striking a Lincoln cent for over 115 years with no end in sight. With such a long and storied history, those original coins are becoming more sought after than ever. It's why you cannot find these stunning Lincoln cents in your pocket change anymore. If they haven't already been picked up and squirreled away into a collection, they have been destroyed or otherwise melted down due to their copper content. Because even though that's illegal, we do know that these coins are disappearing more than ever before. And tonight you can get 50 coins from each of the 5 decades struck for less than $10 per roll. The absolute envy of our competition, more than $545 less than our nearest competitors. In fact, if you bought 4 of these sets with us tonight, that is 1,000 total Lincoln wheat cents, with 4 rolls from the 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, and you're still going to save over $395 versus our nearest competition. That is an incredible value. With the phone lines being completely backed up, it looks like it is time for us to move on, but please do not hang up. If you're on the line right now, we will make sure you get this deal. Just call in now and grab yours before you miss your chance. With the phone lines backed up like they are, I think it's time for us to move on and see what's coming up next.